Greetings, crypto nerds. Name of my channel is Bitcoin Street. If you wouldn't mind booping the like button and subscribing to my channel, I sure would appreciate it. In past videos, I have talked about this structure before. Usually a fake pump or a low volume pump, for lack of a better word, fake pump, and the money all comes right back out right away. I've shown this structure many times. That was back in the past. I've shown that several times, that structure. That's on the 5-minute chart to the daily chart. And this is the hour chart where we're at right now today. And this sure did look like it was a trigger to a red cascading dump event. I'll get back to that structure here in a second. Let me first just say, I've been running through the scenario. I've been looking at the comments I've been getting in my comment section on my last couple of videos. And one thing I want to talk about is the idea that this banking crisis story, if it is a crisis, the run on the banks, if that story sticks around for the next year until the next halving event, and I've been running that scenario through my mind, trying to think about what will happen, and that story probably will stay around basically for 2023. This is basically the hype squad, though. This pump up to 28,000, 29,000 really isn't. It has, of course, something to do with the bank run, but it's the hype, right? It's the hype squad and social media that has done it. And I've been running that scenario through my mind. What will happen? Say more banks do fail. Well, what will happen? Is it, will there be more of a pump? We've already pumped. The story is the story, right? That story, if it sticks around, it's not going to change. It's already here. So why isn't it pumping further, right? I think I'm coming to the conclusion that what if a few more banks, what if banks do keep failing, right? And so it might just be so what? Is the price already, is that already priced in, right? Is that story over the next 7, 8, 9, 12 months, if that story just stays there and in the background, is that already priced in? Or if that story does stick around, so what is that going to do to the Bitcoin price? And if that crisis, if there are more runs on banks and it gets worse, will that actually pump Bitcoin? Right? The pump we've seen so far is basically the hype masters, right? The moon boys, the HUD squad, right? The hype, unknowing, and danger squad. That's basically what we've seen. So what if say central banks did fail? Would that, am I just brainwashed? Like lots of people out there, have we just been brainwashed by the hype squad, the people that bought Bitcoin years and years ago? Have we just bought into that mentality? How do we know that's just an assumption? What if central banks? What if the banking system just completely falls apart, and people are losing money all over the place? Are they really going to stick their money into Bitcoin? I mean, think about that, right? Bitcoin, the asset that can lose 50% because someone somewhere looks at it sideways, right? That could be made illegal, right? There's already regulation coming down, right, down the pipe. So, this whole banking crisis was triggered by someone in the crypto industry, a bad player in the crypto industry. So what if the banking system, what if it was just an utter total chaotic, just collapse nightmare? Are people really going to stick their money into Bitcoin? I mean, I understand the people that are already in social media, that are already into Bitcoin, already own Bitcoin, and that hype and that will pump the price of Bitcoin up. But what about besides that, right? Do you really know people out there in the world that if the bank fails in your city or state or country or globally, do you really know people that are going to rush out and stick all their money into Bitcoin, an asset that could go down 50% in 24 hours, right? So that kind of running the scenario, that's kind of got caught. Right? It's kind of a wrench in the gears running that scenario. Right? Is that even true? Would the banking system collapse? Would people actually stuff their money into Bitcoin? I don't know. It's kind of hard to imagine, actually, when I actually think about it outside of the hype and hoopla, and, for lack of a better word, the brainwashing of the crypto industry, right? There's no, this is an assumption, right? There's no guarantee that will happen. So, like, Bitcoin is basically made to destroy the banks, but if there's some terrible financial crisis, is the world really going to stick their money in Bitcoin, right? Where something could go wrong overnight and they lose 50% of their money by doing that. So that's a problem, right? But anyways, I didn't want to talk about that too much. What I want to show you here is, this is where we're at today. This is the hourly chart. Real strange pump out of this dump. It almost looks like there could be a big player out there, like a Max Kaiser, someone like that, that's basically a billionaire and huge in Bitcoin. It almost looks like somebody, for some reason, someone out there, it almost looks like someone came to the rescue, because this was breaking down hard and not enough came out, right? So Bitcoin's still way up in the stratosphere in the middle of a bear market because of the hype, right? The hype of the banking problems, right? This isn't people that are worried about their bank closing and they're taking their money out of the bank and they're putting it in Bitcoin. That's not what this is, right? This is all the people that have already been in Bitcoin, right? This is the traders and all that. So this is social media. Is it already priced in? Can it go higher? If more banks were to fail tomorrow, can it even go higher from here? You know what I'm saying? Because there is a limit to what the free market will allow, right? Before the big whales come in and short it to death, right? Because it's an unsustainable hype pump. But anyways, with that being said, I want to show you something here. I just thought this was strange looking. It looks like confusion in the market. This pattern here, that there hasn't been a pattern since this last ascending parallel channel here. It's odd for it not to print a pattern for this long. There's kind of a range developing here going sideways, but it's very strange looking, this thing here. And it dawned on me, what am I looking at there? Watch this when I invert. I'm going to flip this chart upside down. Boom. Wait a second. Where have we seen this structure at before? Look at that. So that would indicate that was a fake dump. Or it may be saying somebody out there came to the rescue for one reason or the other. Maybe it's just the free market action doing it. Invert it, flip the chart upside down. There it is. What does that say? So, was that a fake dump? And all the money that came out went back in? I don't think so. I'm kind of thinking this was a fake pump. The volume is extremely low. See how low the volume is on the second hourly candle here? Wait, let me get the scale back to the way it should be. The volume's not terrible on a dump. It's not huge. The first hourly candle on the pump is legitimate. The second hourly candle, the volume is real short. So that is kind of strange. I just don't trust low volume stuff. That's what I mean by fake for the most part, or hype. Strange looking for sure. I just thought you might enjoy that little flip to scale and have a look at it. What that might suggest. If the banking system were to collapse in a terrible way, would those people would that really pump Bitcoin beyond the hype, right? Beyond the people that are in social media and me and you that are watching that, we're already involved in it. Would Bitcoin actually pump more because other people come into it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. In the long run, sure, but right now, in the foreseeable future, in 2023, I can't see people that don't have anything to do with Bitcoin. I can't see them in a banking crisis just stick their money into something they don't know about. And for that matter, the people that do know about crypto, I can't really see them sticking all their money into it either, knowing that it could drop 50 to 80%. So it's food for thought. All right. I hope you enjoy it. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.